How we doing today, man? It is a beautiful day to be back. I feel like I've been so far removed from making content. I was itching to make a video today, and here we are, man. But how did you guys enjoy your 4th of July? If you're American, if you live in the United States of America, what did you guys do? I was at the beach all day, got a nice little tan, and then went to my downtown area and watched fireworks get lit off. It was cool. It was great, and I enjoyed it, man. Hopefully, you guys had a great 4th of July, and you guys got to enjoy time with family, friends, whatever. Hopefully, it was all good, all cool. But yeah, man. Today, right? We had really choppy price action, but there was some interesting things that happened in the market, right? It wasn't a bad day. It wasn't a bad day, but again, these are days where if you get emotional and you get away from your plan and you move away from things that make sense, you're going to blow up and lose. I'm sure a lot of you guys might have lost a lot of money today trading because you guys couldn't control yourself. You couldn't step away. Maybe you take 1 or 2 losses and you keep going. You're going to lose a lot on these days. You're going to get chopped up. You're going to lose your bias. You're going to do all the wrong things. But if we look at today from an actual standpoint, we actually had a pretty clear idea on the day. So I'll kind of go over this real quick and then talk about the trade I took. So if we go here, I want to split screen S&P so we can show you guys the S&P here. So right here on the hourly, and we go hourly here. So notice here, this is the first thing I want you guys to notice. We have an SMT. So this high here, this is market open. This is new week gap. We gap up, we trade up and then down, right? Cool. Same candle here. This is the first candle last night, Sunday. We trade down, we come up, and we come up here. Notice how ES goes above this high and Q doesn't. That immediately, I clock that, say, you know what? I'm bearish here. So we then are looking for, what are we looking for then? We're looking for a continuation to London low. Why? Because we have an SMT with Asia high, or with the extreme high. We had a bearish SMT right here. So I want to see this bearish SMT deliver us. So market opens and we have displacement lower. We have a change in the state of delivery on the 15-minute here, right? A change in state delivery or an order block. I guess not change in state, but it is above Asia highs. We have an order block on the 15-minute and a fair value gap. This is our Judas swing off open. 9:30 opens up and we deliver perfectly to London low. At this point, we do put in a SMT at London low. So I want to note this as well. At this point, we had this low right here. We had an SMT with this low. So from this low, London low's here on NQ. But we sweep London low right there. If we pull this up, we have London low right here. So we didn't sweep London low at the time. Market open, right? SMT here. So ES or NQ swept it. This is what I framed my trade off of. Just the simple fact that we were bullish, all-time highs. I'll kind of pull up my trade now, and I'll show you guys how I managed the trade. I didn't manage it the best. I cannot lie. I've been finding it pretty tricky to trade these recent conditions. I wanted to take the first entry. Why? Well, let's actually first go over the trade I missed. The trade I missed was right here. So we have the Judas swing, right? Move up off open. And then we have an immediate sweep of these highs inside the 15-minute gap, inside the change of state delivery with the S&T. Higher time frame holding up. Higher time frame, I wanted to see these lows get ran and these lows get ran. I think we have on NQ or on ES. If we look at ES here, we actually have ran lower, and we haven't run all the way lower. So that's interesting. But yeah, I wanted to see us run a lot lower. I think we have some room to the downside after sweeping all-time highs. But again, not going to over predict, right? So what was the first trade I could have taken? Well, I like the overall model. I like London lows. But why did I not take this? Well, we had the sweep. We had a very, very clean 30-second inversion. Very, very clean. If you were in my live stream in my Discord today, I talked about this one. I said, this looks really good. Why did I not take it? I just don't like going short. I just don't like taking a trade right at market open. This is at 9:33, 3 minutes to market open. I don't want to be, losing this early and be done for the day. But this trade is beautiful. Probably just full take profit that low. Boom, 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 day done. You would go break even at this low right here. And immediately when we close here, you go break even. and then you'd hit take profit. So beautiful trade there. I missed this. This is the best trade of the day by far. So what do? I see London low, I see the SMT, and I say, you know what? I've missed so many trades recently that I wasn't going to pass up on this long right here. We had a fair value gap, and I kind of do, okay, so I'll just say I got in here. We had the SMT, we had this rejection wick off London low. I was expecting us to revisit this high, which we end up doing. I'll show you guys why I say I don't really love how I managed the trade, but then it became a glorified range chopping day. And on the higher time frame, we are still in a chopping range. This is a very chopped range. I'm not going to be loving trades until we break out of this to the low or to the highs. So we see this, and we get in, and guess what? I had my stop at the low. I'll kind of walk you guys through how I manage it. But another re-entry, we have another SMT here, really nice, and then we have a really nice IFVG right here. This is a really nice re-entry or entry if you missed the first one. Go break even this high, take profit this high. Once I saw this candle reject, I was really expecting us to get chopped. So I'm going to pull up the video now and kind of just walk you guys through my thought process on it. So I saw it and I was like, cool, I'm going to take it. It's my only trade of the day. I take one trade a day. And I was like, cool, I got in with no hesitation. Great fill. Stop at the low. I wasn't planning on taking a full stop loss. I was going to let price tell me when to close the trade. And my original plan was to take profits at 3 off at that high, which would have been a lot better than what I end up doing. And I'll kind of, you guys will see that, obviously. So I would actually end up making 75.75 minus 46.25. I would have made that times 3 times 2. My AC drips water. So I would have made 177 instead of 133. So we missed out on about $44. Is it the end of the world? Absolutely not. But what happens on this trade? So it immediately runs down. I'm like, cool, I want to see us reject this inversion gap now. It still looks good. Nothing to complain about here. I was going to do more take profits. And then obviously I'll kind of go through my thought process. So live time, cool. We're just in drawdown. What happens? We end up getting a candle closure down here. I was going to close the trade for a loss, but I said, you know what? I liked where ES was holding. I'll kind of show you guys that in a second. I'll show you guys. Oh, actually, I'll pause this and I'll show you guys ES. So at the time, again, keep in mind here, ES. So I'll go get rid of this. 4 hour. Cool. Save. Drop here. Boom. Okay. ES at the time. I do expect London highs to be hit now. ES, right? What was ES doing at the time? Right? We got into the trade right here. This is the trade. We came up and we were holding this fair value gap still. So even though we closed below on NQ, I still like the trade because ES was holding strong. And then we get a very nice push up. So we get a very nice push up here on this candle. Immediately at this point, I'm like, cool, this is okay. I was like, cool, this is really, really good. At this point, really confident in the trade, really, really confident things gonna play out. Looks great, right? Looks great. SMT at London low, new week opening gap low, tap, rejection. We had a pullback that I don't love to see, but we're starting to go. Cool. Not gonna panic, let it play out. Not gonna go break even early, not gonna do nothing dumb, not gonna just close the trade for 50 bucks just because it's up. I let the trade play out. And we get chopped, and I don't love this close. And I see this candle. I'm like, okay, cool. This is a great candle, but it has no follow through. And at this point, right, I'm still not closing the trade. It drops against me. I'm in drawdown again, letting the trade do its thing, not panicking, not doing nothing crazy. And this is where I immediately change my mind on my take profits and how I'm going to target this trade. Why? So what have we seen? We saw a great setup right here, live time when I entered right here. There's nothing wrong with this trade. It looks perfect, and I wanted the run straight to take profit. I put my take profit here. Why? Because I wanted to mitigate risk. If it got back up there, I wanted to mitigate risk, and I wasn't planning on fully going break even here. It says break even, but at live time, I was saying I wasn't going to break even there. So what happens? So what happens here? So we see it drop down and draw down, but this is just normal drawdown. What happens? We have a nice rejection off these lows, right? And we find a big push up and get an order block. At this point, this should have been the rebalance, and we should have ran. So when we get this candle live time, when it's up here, cool, it's looking great. But when it snaps down, I'm not closing the trade, I'm not panicking, and it comes down like this, I immediately see this, and I see this inversion, and I say, look, this thing has to get ran through. And if this gets ran through, I'll be very confident in the trade, but I will go break even above this high, and I'll take partials here because we are in choppy conditions. Why do I expect choppy conditions? No news Monday, coming off a bank holiday, all-time highs. 3 reasons to be very skeptical of choppy price action. So I see that, and I say, look, I'm going to not put myself in big danger of potential big loss today. And when we got this inversion, I said, cool, this is great. We got an inversion there, and then it kind of retested it, and then boom, it runs up. I almost go break even. I don't let go. I'm not at break even yet. Let's go here. That goes quick. I forgot. So then I move it here. I don't let go. We're not at break even yet, and we hit the take profit, I believe, sometime soon. So I move it down because I'm like, okay, cool. Let's just let it play out. Let's let it hit the break-even point. I was really confident at this point that I would hit the break-even point just because of the way it's moving. Boom, hits the break-even. I go break-even at this point because when we get this closure above, we should not come back down. We've already spent enough time here. It should go. And then we end up getting our next take profit here. We move it, and then we say, you know what? Let's move it back to where it was. So we move it back to where it was. The next candle comes in, and then I think it takes profit there. So this is a nice close. Always expect take profit to hit at this point. Boom. So we secure our first take profit, which was nice. And this is where I'm happy with my decision, right? Again, I realize, okay, market structure is very not super bullish, like at all. So what am I going to do? I'm not going to just sit here and potentially give up a lot of profit. I'm going to close partials. So I close a partial here, right near the high. I close a partial to secure more profits, just in case. So I leave one runner, but I don't believe in this trade anymore. Why? Because I was fed new information, right? That's part of trading, is being fed new information. I got in the trade here, and if we ran, hit take profit, I wouldn't have closed more. But because we ran, came down, and got up here, even if we closed here and ran, I wouldn't have closed more. But because we get up here, we roll over again, and we chop up, we have this closure here where we close back inside the range after sweeping the high. Yeah, I don't want to be part of that no more. I close one more position, and then it runs and stops me out for a break even. And that's cool. We made $137 on the day. Bada bing, bada boom, right? Cool. That's how it goes. That's life. That's trading. You're not going to always hit a home run, but it's about managing the positions. So what we did really, what we got out of today really well was the fact that today could have easily been a losing day. We could have closed the trade here. And if I look back at this video, at that time, if we were to have closed the trade there, our account at one point was our account was down negative 944. So that's a big swing. That's like a $400 swing. We were down 944 at one point, right when this candle was printing. So I could have closed here out of FOMO. Oh my gosh, we closed below. Let me get out. And we would have missed out. So we, again, I'm going to say that's kind of luck. There's always luck involved in trading. I do think that we're going to run now towards London high. I really do. So obviously I'm not going to take a trade to it. But I do think we're geared towards that. Even though we did make equal lows here, that's going to be a target for another day. But yeah, that was the trade I took. That's how I managed it. I'm not going to sit here and say that I managed it the best, but I'm not going to also be upset. Why? Because trading is about learning. It's about getting better. It's about growing in your trading. And again, I came in with a specific plan on this trade, and I deviated from the plan. Why? Why am I not mad about deviating from the plan? I don't care about deviating from the plan because, look, we got in the trade here because of this. We didn't get into the trade because of this. We wouldn't have got into this trade if we saw this chop. So what happens? The markets fed me new information. We have a move down. Cool. It's just normal rebalance, a move up. This should be efficient now, and we should run. As soon as we don't run from here, I know price is not efficient. So why would I, after we have this high right here, we have generate highs, one high, two highs. Why would I now, this was actually my better entry. Right here would be a better entry for me. And take all profits at this high. But again, you can't really just, whatever, it's hindsight. But this is a better one. Why is it a better one? Because we have 2 draws on liquidity instead of 1. We have 1 draw on liquidity, 2 draws on liquidity, SMT. This is a better entry. This is a lot better entry than this one. But again, I take 1 trade a day. I can't afford to miss out on the trade. You don't know this one's going to come. We could have got in here. It could have ran, right? Anyways, I get fed new information on this position I'm in. Cool. We have a chop. Boom. Okay, now it needs to be efficient. Okay, cool. We're going good. Okay, no, boom, we reject, drop down. Market's not being efficient. I'm not going to panic. I'm not going to close anything. I'll leave my stop loss. But when we get it back above here, it needs to be efficient. Otherwise, I don't want to be involved. That's new information. The market feeds me new information in this position that allows me to say, look, I don't like this trade anymore because XYZ. I don't care. Yeah, okay, I could let it play out. I don't care. I'm going to do what the market's telling me. The market's giving me new information. So when I see this candle close back inside the range after sweeping the high, I'm anticipating it's probably not going to go higher. So I'm going to take one more partial and then leave my runner, right? I leave my runner, but I'm going to take one more partial because why would I, when I can read the market, when I'm getting fed information from the market, why am I going to sit here and not use that information to my advantage, right? So then the trade stops at break even, then chops the rest of the day. Again, this is blown account price action. I'm very confident that a lot of people probably blew their accounts trading today. I'm going to check my codes, Code Diego and Apex and Alpha Futures. They might still be doing the Alpha Futures code promo for, but I think it ended July 7th. Or July 6th. I think it ended. And I used, so we'll see. But yeah, so that was that. And then, yeah, so I'm just checking. But Apex is still doing 80% off. Apex is doing 80% off until July 8th. So if you want, it helps your boy out. This is the best time of the month for me to get some code usage. So it helps me out a lot. So I really appreciate anyone that does use my code. And yeah, man, they're doing those sales. So hopefully I still have a code with Apex or Alpha Futures, because I used my own code yesterday by an account. I'm not trading on it right now. I have something in the works. I'm working on a video with somebody else. That more will be revealed later. But I have an account here. Oh my gosh, when did this happen? Oh, that's only 20 points. It's still crazy. Oh, that's 20 points on ES. Wow. What is wow. Wow, what is happening? 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 This is insane. But anyways, I worked on something on this account. I haven't traded yet. But I bought my code. I used my code for this to get a discount, and I didn't see it come up on my commission link, so I didn't get credit for it. I hope they don't ban my account for using my own code. I know you can't do that on Apex, but I asked them before, and they said I could on Alpha Futures. So I'm not sure what that's about. I'm kind of nervous about that because I don't want to mess up my code by using it. So I guess if any of you guys cop an Alpha Futures code, let me know. I just haven't gotten commission on it in a little bit. Yeah. So, but yeah, man, that is it. That is it. That's all I got for you guys. I really appreciate all you guys that be just supporting the channel, watching my videos, all of that. Again, be on the lookout for this. When I reveal more about this will be sick if it works out well, which it should. And yeah, I appreciate all you guys. I'm so happy to be making content again. I am addicted to making YouTube videos. And there's gonna be somebody that sat here and says that they took this trade, but come on now, right? Let's be realistic. Take this 5-minute inversion though, wouldn't have been bad. Boom, drop there. This is a crazy move. I don't know what happened. Sure, someone tweeted something. Somebody ruffled someone's feathers, right? But yeah, man. Let me know how you guys did today. Did you get chopped up? Did you take winners? Did you love price action today? Let me know. And hopefully you guys had a great 4th of July. I really do hope you guys had some fun. Had a great 4th of July. And yeah, just let me know in the comments, man. And I'll see you guys in the next one. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace out.